What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with week 9 of the CCL League. It's been a couple days since I last uploaded that 12-day or whatever it was spree of uploading daily ended, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop uploading. It just means uploads are going to be less frequent because I have less content to pump out to you guys. I don't normally, actually no, not normally, I don't do Showdown Lives. I usually don't ladder, and sitting in front of a computer laddering just wouldn't be fun for me. Like, even if I'm recording, it just wouldn't be fun. So, it's going to be a little bit of time between each upload. However, we are going to have more content because starting next week, next Friday is going to be our first upload for the Battle Union. Yes, that is correct. The Battle Union starts next week, so we're going to have two leagues. We're going to have this, the CCLD League, and the Battle Union going at the same time for a few weeks. We're going to have team builders for the Battle Union, and for this we're going to have like just an extra upload pretty much. So make sure you guys look out for that. We are going to be uploading quite a bit of league content, so if you guys enjoy the league content that I put out, make sure that you guys do the things with the likes and the subscribes and stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about what our team is, because we have a team and he also has a team. We have a rematch against 5 fairies, 5 dragons, and an arcanine. So I decided to actually change up my team for a rematch this time. I know, crazy, right? That's whoa. Last time I decided to try and destroy him with Tapu Bulu and Raikou, and it worked pretty well. This time I decided to just go more standard. I decided to hazard stack more heavily, and also Weavile is here and also does things because I have Sword Stance, Poison Jab, I have Ice Shard, so like that hits all his fairies and all his dragons, so that's all I'm really worried about. So let's go ahead and get right into the, well, I should probably explain, Jirachi is also changed up. Last time it was a special Jirachi. This time it is scarfed with the Iron Head and the U-turn and the Zen, or not the Zen Head, but the Heart Stamp. We also have Mantine this time. Last time we didn't have Mantine and we struggled to switch into Dragalge. And I'm bringing the same cute Charm Sylveon with the Moonblast, because it actually worked out this time because he brought Como-O. So, yeah. Gotta look out for that Como-O. And besides that, I did change up Garchomp. I put Fire Fang on it over Poison Jab, or no, over Sword Stance. That way I could potentially hit a Magnet Rise Klefki without having to worry. I also still have Stealth Rocks on Garchomp. However, looking at his team, he didn't bring a good ground resistance, especially for Garchomp, because Como-O, if it is a bulky Como-O, it can take 2, but it can't take an Earthquake plus Outrage or an Earthquake plus a Dragon Claw, unless he has the Misty Terrain up. So, Garchomp, after I get up Rocks, is mostly going to be looking to just break through his team with Earthquake. So that's going to be the team. I'm going to decide to lead with the Garchomp, as he leads with Azu, and I don't want any part of that. I'm going to go straight into my Jirachi. If he was banded, which he's not because he does 28% only. If he was banded, that could have been risky because he got a con for the Waterfall and completely dicked my life. But I was expecting either a Fairy move or an Ice-type move, because Roserade is an okay switch into to an Azu that isn't banded, and he also had a Garchomp in front of him. So Ice Punch would have been just a fine play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go straight for the Iron Head. I nail a crit on the Klefki, which is very nice. And I'm going to go straight into Garchomp again. But mostly because I didn't want him to T-Wave me. And if he doesn't have Magnet Rise, I can find out early. So I can just go ahead and Earthquake, but I actually decided to get up my Rocks here. Because I pretty much knew that he was going to switch. He goes into Tapu Fini, and I find this to be a good switch into my Rose Raid, as I can just go ahead and start setting up my own spikes, and he's going to go into Dragalge, and right here, I'm going to make the switch into Garchomp, expecting the Shadow Ball. Now, the only reason I made that play is because he showed that he was very adamant on clicking Shadow Ball, not just once, but twice as I switched in Jirachi last game. So I felt very heavily that he was going to go for the Shadow Ball this time. And also Sludge Wave was a possible play, because Sludge Wave would have knocked out Rose Raid from where it was at. So I figured, hey, you know what, let's just go into Garchomp and we can click Earthquake to claim a kill, except not quite, because Tapu Fini is max physically defensive, and he gets up above 40%. So I would need a max roll if he was at 40 in order to knock him out. But he is at 42, and this allows him to defog, but that defog actually saves me a little bit of hassle, because Weavile does have its Sash, which means it can live later on after he gets the defog off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into Mantine, and I'm just going to stay in here, and that's a lie, because I double out into Rose Raid, trying to see if he wanted to Nature's Madness me, which he does, and I can go ahead and reveal that I have Sleep Powder now. The Misty Terrain is gone, and his switch into this is Dragalge, so I'm hoping to catch the Dragalge outside of the Misty Terrain, that way I can actually do something to it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Sleep Powder here, but unfortunately I miss, and I'm going to go for it again, but he's going to go right back into Tapu Fini, and yeah. So that was kind of unfortunate. However, we can still capitalize and get up a spike here, which is going to be nice for the rest of his team. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the spike, and I'm going to go out into Mantine. And what I'm going to do here, actually, well, first of all, I went into Mantine because the Dragalge can't two-shot any sort of Mantine. I'm max physically defensive, and Dragalge cannot 2-hit KO Mantine. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and double out into Rose Raid, trying to catch his Tapu Fini. Switching in, because he's been switching out of Dragalge into Tapu Fini every time, so I figure I can try to catch the Tapu Fini with my Rose Raid in order to deter the defog, and also waste a couple more turns of Misty Terrain, possibly get the Dragalge in range again, or not in range, but outside of the Misty Terrain in order to Sleep Powder it again. So that's basically what my plan is. So I'm going back into Rose Raid, except this time he just goes for the Sludge Wave, which kind of sucks, because now we lost our thing to put something to sleep against him. It's good for Azu to not spam Aqua Jet. I could just kill it with the Sludge Wave, or Sludge Bomb rather. I could kill the Tapu Fini with the Sludge Bomb. However, it's fine, because we can just go hard in the Garchomp, claim our kill finally with Earthquake. His Tapu Fini is definitely getting to a code from there. And what he's going to do is he's actually going to go ahead and bring out his Azumarill again. And again, I want to make sure I go into something that can take it. I already know that he's not banded, and I can roost off this damage and get more back with the leftovers. He has the possibility to miss. So I'm going to go ahead and just roost up. Also, oops, I almost hit reset. Also, by doing that, we see that he's not Speedy Azumarill, because that was a pretty risky play to just go for Roost. But I know now that he's a bulky Azumarill, because he decided to switch out. Otherwise, he would have been able to knock us out with a clean 2-hit KO. But he goes into Arcanine, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go straight into Sylveon, because I didn't want him to go for Wild Charge on Mantine. It was a roll whether or not I would live, however, way not in my favor. So I decided to go out into Sylveon here. I'm going to get up a Wish as he misses his Play Rough, and this is the part where I start setting up and breaking his team again with Sylveon. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Calm Mind. He's going to go for Flare Blitz, see that it doesn't do enough. I'm going to get up the Wish, and right here I am just going to go for the Calm Mind again. And right here it actually kind of scares me because he goes for Switcheroo. So I was like, well, looks like I'm just going to have to spam Moonblast for the rest of the game because he's locking me in with a move, except he actually tricks me a ring target. So the only thing I lose now is my leftovers, which means it's going to be a little bit harder to deal with Dragalge and Arcanine after they switch in. However, I am going to pick up my kill against Klefki, and he's going to go into Arcanine, and like, because he tricked me the ring target, I was really hoping that he would just drop a Draco on my Sylveon. That would be hilarious, from his Dragalge or his Como-O. Como-O could go for Clanging Scales, either one of them could go for Outrage. It was just pretty funny to see. But now that he goes into Arcanine, it's going to allow me the chance to set up again. However, because I don't have my leftovers, I figure it's better to just grab my kill with Moonblast right now and keep my Sylveon somewhat healthy. And right here, I basically have to hope not to get crit or poisoned at any point, or else he can 2-hit KO me. So I'm basically wish protecting until I get in range to not die to 2 Sludge Waves. And I can 2-hit KO the Dragalge with a couple Moonblasts. However, it would be completely fine in order to just get off 1 Moonblast, because after that, Weavile can come in and just click Ice Shard, nab the kill, and actually nab 2 kills, because I am Focus Sashed. And then I also have Garchomp that I could send in afterwards and do the things with. But he finally gets the poison, and I'm just thinking, you know what, alright, let's just go ahead and take our Moonblast damage. Let Sylveon go. And what I said, we are going to go into Weavile. We're going to click Ice Shard, and down goes the Dragalge, which is nice. He's going to bring in his Azu. He's going to see that we are Focus Sashed, because he's going to bring us down to our Sash with Play Rough. Would have been really unfortunate for him if he actually missed that one. But we do pick up the kill with Ice Shard again, so Weavile nabbing 2 kills and putting his Como-O in range to go down to our Jirachi's Heart Stamp. So that's going to be the game. We win 3-0, and we are now sitting at 8-1, plus 27 on the season with 4 weeks to go until the playoffs. However, these last 4 weeks are going to be pretty tough. Next week we play against Sork. After that we have a rematch against Ellie. We play Leo, and then week 13 we play against Nightmare, who has Tapu Lele, which was allowed in this league, yes, because we were all dumb and naive and really wanted to vote, yeah, let's allow it for this season. But that was also before we realized, oh shit, that thing's borked as fuck. So yeah, that's going to be the game. Last 4 weeks are going to be pretty tough. However, I am confident that we can get through it and get into the playoffs with a strong start. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like down below. And the next video that I post is probably going to be the Battle Union, my battle analysis for week 1. Or not battle analysis, my team analysis for week 1. So make sure to keep your eyes out for that, and I will see you guys next time.